Well, hey there, Kingsway family. This is Pastor Josh here from Crossroads. Just wanted to take an opportunity today to share with you guys an encouraging word. You know, we're living in some very uncertain times right now, and I would bet that none of you watching this video would say that the last 6 weeks of your life have been anything like the rest of your life leading up to it. You haven't been in school, so I know that you guys have been missing out on that and missing going. I know that, that's a bittersweet thing. Trust me, I get it. You like to sleep in, you like to have your cereal in the morning, all that kind of stuff, but you also miss your friends, you miss your time at school and everything. For some of you, your mom or maybe your dad or maybe your grandma has now become your substitute teacher, and that's a whole different world to deal with and stuff. That's the same thing that's happening in my house right now. My wife is the substitute teacher for my kid, and it's a fun dynamic in our household. I know that you guys can't go anywhere because of this quarantine lockdown stuff that we're on, because nothing is open, right, except for Walmart and some of the grocery stores, and Walmart had enough reasons not to go there before a virus started to spread in our nation, so take that at your own risk in a sense. I know that right now the number of shows on Netflix that you haven't seen is quickly dwindling down to a very small number. I know that for many of you, the achievements that you hope to unlock in Apex and Warzone and maybe in Smash Brothers and some of those other games are getting pretty few and far between right now. The whole thing of what is happening right now means that life is just different in a lot of different ways for us. And for some of you, that's brought along some different feelings, right? Like some of you are happy about the fact that we get to stay home, the fact that you're not at school and stuff right now. Some of you maybe have had some negative feelings that have been brought up over these things. Maybe for some of you guys that are watching this, you're an extrovert, and so not being around people, not being out in public and all that kind of stuff is driving you crazy because you just want some people to talk to, someone to interact with. Maybe some of you guys are prone towards negative thinking. Maybe you naturally lean towards depression and stuff like that, and I totally understand that, and I know that these times have been really tough on you because you've been isolated and you've been alone with your thoughts for long enough. And I want to say before we move on into what we're going to talk about today, which is the main idea, before we move into that, I just want to say to those of you who maybe you deal with those negative thoughts, maybe you deal with a little bit of depression in your life and stuff like that, I want you to know that you are not alone. And I would just ask you this, if you don't feel like you have somebody there at your house that you can talk to, please reach out. Please reach out to one of your teachers. Reach out to your principal, Mr. Crone. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to any pastor that might be at your church. But reach out to someone. Have a conversation. Don't let these thoughts be there in your head and not deal with them. Because again, you are not alone. And we don't want you to walk through this time alone. While we might be at a social distance thing right now, there are plenty of ways that we can talk together, whether it's on FaceTime, whether it's via text message or email, whatever it may be. I want you to reach out. So listen, maybe there's some of you guys that are watching this today that you're just plain going crazy right now because of boredom or because you have too much pent up energy. And I feel you on that one. I've had to go out and just do different things to tinker, like with my motorcycle, or go out and ride, do different things just to kind of get out of the house and get something going. But regardless of wherever your head is during these times, I want to give you a word of encouragement for you to hang on to today. And it's a relatively simple idea. I'll say that up front, but here it is. Things might be unstable right now, but God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's something that we get from Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8, when it says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. You know, even in the midst of this worldwide crisis, Jesus remains the same. Jesus has not wavered. He is the same loving Savior that He has been since before time began. And that means that whether you're itching to get back into a public space, or to hang out with friends, or to find a cure for your boredom, or just find a glimpse of joy in the midst of all of the bleak news and stuff that seems to be going on these days, no matter where you find yourself right now, you can find comfort, as I do, in the fact that Jesus remains constant. And that means that His plan for each of us is coming to completion, even when we don't see how things are all working together for us. Sure, all of this stuff is scary right now. If we take our eyes off of who Jesus is based on who He has always been, we can get really scared of the things that are happening now. When we think in temporary ways, life can become very overwhelming for us, and we can give up quickly because we only see what's right in front of us. But when we think of Jesus and the fact that he is a constant for us throughout all of eternity, our temporary problems, these things that we see right now, maybe it's the boredom, maybe it's the negative thoughts or the depression, maybe it's all these different things that we would focus on that are right here in front of us, all of those things begin to fade away in light of Jesus and his eternality. I want you to be encouraged today. I want to encourage you in this to keep your eyes on Jesus during these tough times. I know it's easy to get distracted by a lot of different things, whether it's just being lazy, watching Netflix or some other show like Disney Plus, because that's where my family's been, whether it is playing video games, whether it is just trying to get outside and do things. I don't want you to lose sight of Christ in the midst of all of this. I want you to be encouraged to keep your eyes on him because his love never wavers. His grace and his mercy and his joy, that's a big one right now. His joy and everything else about him remains the same, even in the midst of the strange times that we're living in right now with this virus stuff. I know there are many things that we are all bummed out about. We didn't get to finish the school year out, right? Like, I miss being there with you guys on Fridays to be able to come and bring a message and to be able to hang out for a little bit at the school. I know seniors, like, my heart goes out to you guys right now because your high school career got kind of cut off right at the end before you got to really finish strong. And I know that it can seem bleak right now, but I want you to be encouraged that there are better times ahead because Jesus remains constant for us. Be encouraged that he is still reigning and ruling and will not leave you during this time. Lean into him during this time and trust his plan for your future, especially when the world gets turned upside down just like it has recently. Listen, I want you guys to know this. I love you very much. If you're out there and you want to talk, reach out to me. I'm available. You can send me an email. It's jeatmon@crossroadsonline.tv. We tried to make it as long as possible so that just a few people will send me emails. I'm just kidding. It's out there though. Send me an email. Reach out and contact me if you need to. My name is Josh Eatman. You can look me up on social media however you need to, but reach out if you'd like to talk. I'm here. I'm available. I know your teachers and your staff at the school are available. And we want you guys to know we love you. We're rooting for you right now during this time. Finish strong in the school year with all your work at home, and we will talk to you guys soon.